healthcare deals going on, as Obama promised, everybody would be allowed to see it, and the GOP's even closed out from what the Democrats are doing in the healthcare bill, which I think is ridiculous. Do you agree, Kyle?
Well, I mean, I think the people that need the healthcare are the people that are unemployed, who've been laid off from their business that had health insurance previously, and then they got it taken away. I think those people definitely need it, but the people that are working, I don't think they should have to go with the reform thing.
All right, now we'll move on to illegal immigration,
Before
which is always
you move on 1
interesting.
minute, I just want to say that our phones are online, or our phones are accepting calls. If you want to call in for a question for us or anyone on the air today, our number is 721-8814. Again, it's 860-721-8814. So again, if anyone has a call or a question or a comment, feel free to call in.
Now, as I was saying, we're going to move on to illegal immigration now, which is always interesting. Anybody want to say something first about that?
What do you guys think? Do you support illegal immigration?
No.
Absolutely not.
Adriana?
It's a tough situation. I know it's difficult for people to become citizens of this country under the situations that they are, but I don't believe that they should be drowning us of our resources in the way.
When it comes to illegal immigration, there's a moral side to it and then a rational side to it. There's two ways of thinking about it. The moral side is thinking when these illegal immigrants come into this country, they argue, yes, they are coming here for a better life. They just want to restart their life. But the rational thought process of it is that they do create a lot of crime, is one thing. They do create a lot of crime. And just a lot of things about them are not benefiting this country.
They're taking work from people, too.
Yeah,
I feel like they're taking and they're not offering anything back to their new country that they want to be a part of. They're not giving much back.
Right. And, I'm all for immigration.
The only thing they give us really is drug cartels. That's all illegal.
Some of their drug tunnels are pretty
I don't know.
sophisticated.
People come to this country for different reasons. It's really hard to make a blanket statement and say all illegal immigrants cause trouble. All illegal immigrants are here to sell drugs. Because even if they come into this country illegally, I mean, people from Cuba try and get, just to south of Florida so that they can, somehow get into this country and become a citizen and pay taxes and become citizens of our society.
I'm all for immigration, but come in legally. It's just as simple as that.
It is difficult for some people, though.
It is difficult.
Especially the ones that come from Cuba that are trying to escape the communist regime down there, the ones from
right,
Venezuela.
But if someone wanted to come into this country, don't you think that if they really wanted to live here in this great country, they would go through the troubles of coming here legally?
Well, I'm looking at it from, Connor's viewpoint, which is, communist regimes. And, in Cuba, they can't leave. So under those circumstances, I'm all for it. I mean, if you can get here and if you can apply for citizenship and, be able to get into this country
And
with
then
intentions.
give back.
And then give back. I'm not saying.
Not just sit there.
Not just sit there and take work from us.
Yeah,
That's not what I'm for.
A lot of the people like them because the wealthy in California especially like using them for cheap labor on their vineyards.
I mean, I don't personally
They're
support that, but.
What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah.
I mean,
Illegal immigration.
I agree with you guys. If you're going to come into the country, come in legally. Don't come in illegally.
Sometimes, Connor made a good point. It is hard. And
Yeah,
I
it is
think
hard
it
for
could be
some of
made
them,
easier to
yeah.
get into this country.
I mean, some of them come here because they have no money and they come here to make money.
Right.
But I mean, at
Some
least
do,
do
but,
something
I mean-
back to our, help our country out with something, not come here illegally and then do nothing besides take, jobs from people that are unemployed, that are legal immigrants
Yeah, and there's
and
some
all that.
billions of dollars are spent on them. 11 to 22 billion is spent on welfare, which is ridiculous. We don't want to become a welfare state. That's not good, in my opinion. 2.5 billion spent on Medicaid for illegal immigrants when none should be. They should be legal because there are hardworking legal American citizens that don't get the benefits they do. I mean, there are people that want to give illegal immigrants free access to college, free health care, which under Obamacare, supposedly, the Obamacare is going to cover the 10 million illegal immigrants living in this country right now. Now, of course, you remember Joe Wilson who shouted out, "You lie," when Obama said, "No, it's not going to cover it," but it could. If it gets passed, they're having some trouble right now, and now with Scott Brown in office.
It's made it a lot harder.
Yeah, it has.
Definitely has.
Well, we have gun control to talk about too.
Gun control. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it should be, guns should not be allowed for the public to obtain? Do you think it should be made more difficult? What do you think about American citizens owning guns?
It should be made more difficult.
More difficult?
I think
think
it should be extremely.
So many people have better weapons than the police do, which is ridiculous in my opinion.
All right, interrupt here. We have a call.
Well, anyways,
All right, we have a call. If you'll put him on the air. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, I wanted to talk about Scott Brown from Massachusetts,
Okay.
and I don't know if you talked about this yet, but I'm wondering what your opinion is, if you believe that the election was a statement about Barack Obama and his presidency,